Yo, what's good? All right, welcome back. This is part number 2 to my Valorant tier list. We're going to be doing Initiators next. When I first started playing Valorant, I started off with Omen, and back then, after using Omen for a little while, I was using Breach for a bit. Then I realized how cringe Breach was, and I switched up and started using Sentinels, whether it was Killjoy for a little bit, and then when Chamber came out, I started using Chamber a lot. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So go ahead and crank it out. So initiators, we have Breach, have Sky, Sova, KO, and we now have Gekko and Fade, our two initiators. Obviously Fade isn't that new, but Gekko is the newest. Badass. All right, so we'll just start with Breach. Honestly, I think Breach is pretty overpowered. I honestly think, as cringe as it might be, Breach, in my opinion, is actually, yeah, his util is just too good. Honestly, like the concuss can be played really well with multiple different agents. Like I was talking about in my last video on Haven, you can concuss people from sewer that are close graffiti coming out of sewer backside, and then you omen paranoia and get them blinded so that the jet can dash in. Um, the blinds pop. I think breaches blinds pop the fastest. Obviously, Sky you could control when the pop is, but I think breaches are the no. It's either Phoenix or Breach. I think that have the fastest flashes, not including Reyna, because I'm not counting Reyna for flashes. But I do think that his flashes pop pretty fast. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Breach is definitely S tier. Not only that, but he has this aftershock, which is really useful to clear those ratty corners that people will sit on to like sight in. Um, this time I am doing the video a little bit different. By the way, I just realized last video I kind of just those tears. This video I'm kind of going. Now, the cons of Breach is that you can flash your own teammates, you can press your own teammates, and obviously in lower elos that's going to be an issue. Also in lower elos, they'll kind of just pop util without communicating. Obviously, it might not be as useful lower elos. After that, let's go ahead and use Sky. I think Sky is honestly goaded. This is where it's kind of hard, right? I don't think there's bad necessarily initiators. So, Sky, I feel like she's again a great initiator. It's super good for info. The Sky Dog has a good amount of health to where you can still usually get a good amount of info, even if you don't concuss people. Um, the flashes are great because you control where they go, which makes it easier to not blind your teammates. But then the con, again, well, not knowing how to use her, usually will flash their teammates with free capability of wherever you want. So, yeah. So for that, definitely Sky deserves A tier. Cons, I don't even feel like there's too much like cons with her. That's the fact that you can blind your teammates because one, she has blinds, she has her dogs for you like for info, and then her alt's pretty good at like giving you info, even if it's not like usually it doesn't capture anybody, but it's really good for letting you know in which direction players are. And then you have the heal capability of hers. That's great because that way everybody get heals. Obviously, you can't heal yourself, but I still think being able to heal your whole team in a general area like AOE is great. And yeah, besides that, I really don't can't complain about Guy. I think it's great. All right, next, Sova. See, for me, I personally find that you have to be like. Can I put Sova in like League of Their Own? Can we like? Oh, what? What? This is for Jonas and Jonas only. Okay. I don't watch too many Sova main players or even in pro play. I don't see Sova being used that much. That I've witnessed, right? I know that he is very useful. I have nothing but good things to say about Sova. I just don't know where I want him. Maybe we'll save him to the end because right now, one, his recon dart. If you find like a really good lineup, like for cheeky spots, you can definitely get some good info off of recon darts, right? Also, one of the main reasons why I don't really have a ranking and position for him is because I feel like if you're gonna use Sova, you have to be really like good. Like your communications have to be so good with your team because you have to be able to calm when you want to like pop the recon dart because you want your team to kind of entering nearly almost at the same time that it's landing so that they're not focused on shooting the dart, they're focused on trying to defend the site from being overrun, right? So sometimes it even pushes people off the site, which is great. Also, the shock dart lineups are great OP, so that's like a really good thing about Sova. And then the alt again with the combination of like for example now Gekko, like if you seize them and you use the alt, great combination. The fact that it can destroy Killjoy alt is great. So it definitely has, and the fact that you can destroy util with the shock darts also. I gotta remember that. That's a huge pro. The only con I see with Sova is that the arrow is so easy to just shoot out and then those useless, right? If people know where you're lining it up. So, but yeah, we'll leave them there for now because I do think that Sova is on the league of their own. Only certain players are able to actually pull off Sova. Who's next? Is it KO? KO, KO, KO. I think KO's A tier. I think this is the only role that isn't going to have anybody B tier. So yeah. So KO, the fact that like his knife being able to slow like take away util for I think it's like 8 seconds, right? I think it's 8 seconds. Yeah, whatever the amount of time. I think it's 8 seconds. But the fact that you're able to cancel out util from being used for entry, the flashes, and then the I forgot what the thing is. His molly is called. I forgot what his molly is called, but the molly I feel like is also really good for taking space. So and it's OP. I feel like it hurts a lot if you're stuck in that molly. So I definitely think I feel like the only cons with KO is the fact that you might flash your teammates if you don't know how to use his flash as well. And that the knife, obviously, right? Like you have to find really good spots to throw it, or else it's gonna get shut out immediately. So kind of just like Sova. Honestly, one of the big, I would say, one of the like huge things with KO ult is that you can cancel out other ults, right? So let's say you have KO ult, they have a round where they have a raise ult and they have jet knives, but they they don't have money otherwise, right? Like let's say you've been beating them and they don't have money, so they had like Jet maybe bought for his teammates so that they could have a gun, and Raze is like on a stinger, and then you pop that all as KO once you hear "Here comes the party" or "Get out of my," like I think it's "Get out of my way" for Jet, right? I can't remember what Jet's is, but yeah, once you hear that, if they're close to you, you pop that KO out, it's over. Like you lose your Raze out. I'm not sure if you lose your knives. I'm pretty sure you do, but it's just overpowered the fact that you could just rip someone's alt away. So yeah, I think KO is a great initiator. Next, we have Fade. Again, with Fade, the prowlers are great, even if they like are weak and you can shoot them pretty like easily. But the info that they gather is great. So I definitely do think that she deserves to be up in the A tier. The eyeball, I don't know if you guys watch challengers, but who was it? Who was it? Who did they just play? TSM. TSM was playing Disguised on Ascent, and they were using the Fade Eyes so well. Also, Disguise wasn't really shooting the eye ever because they were so focused on their entry because they got it down packed to like perfect timing to where like they would throw the eye and they would be entering at the same time to really fuck with them. But yeah, honestly, Fade eye is great. The prowlers are great. The lure where you throw it and it decays people while you're pulling it, combined with rays, can be really well like put together. Any mollies combined with that can do really well. Then not only that, you have the alt, right? And the alt, since you can't hear anything while you're in the alt, if you get caught by it, Yoru TPs and Omen TP, like the alts, can be super useful because, like again, I say, you don't see like hear that they're there. Plants can go down, diffuses can go down while they're fade alted. So I just think that alt is super, super good use to any team. So I do believe the only con that there is to fade is that the eye can be shot out pretty easily, and that her prowlers can be shot out quite easily. Now Gekko, I think Gekko is still, getting worked out. Since it's the first, there's been a couple patch notes, but there hasn't been like a full new update that comes out with maybe some like possible nerfs or buffs. Who knows? I think that there's a lot of potential. I lied about there not being anybody in B. For now, I'm gonna put him in B because for one, Dizzy is his initiation tool can get shot out quite easily. It's literally just takes one shot and it's dead. So that's pretty simple to get rid of. So yeah, so that can be killed pretty simple. The wingman, obviously, like people try to use it to plant. I think it's really easy to kill, so that's not too useful. Nor does that feel like it give him that much of an advantage to like replacement. And then I feel like the only thing Mosh Pit just got it reduced, so he can't destroy KJ ults anymore. And I just feel like it's not that OP anymore, right? So it can definitely. Sorry, I have challengers up on the other monitors, so I was just a collateral. But I do feel that Mosh Pit it doesn't last long enough to like be super useful, which is I can put it under a con really. So I definitely see Mosh Pit being kind of like a con. And then obviously Thrasher is OP. The fact that you can use it twice in one round, and then the fact that like they obviously put a little nerf on it where it can like detain your own teammates, but if you detain your own teammates, you're doing something wrong. But I do think that Thrasher's OP. I feel like that's like the biggest use for Gekko. Um, and I feel like it is kind of difficult to shoot out. But like I said, I don't really have too much of like a good idea for Gekko yet because he hasn't been in long enough. And honestly, Sova can literally, if there's like an in between S and A, because I feel like it depends on the user, right? I feel like no matter what, Sova's a S or A. What? I'm moving Sky up to S because of the healing. I just feel like you can't go wrong with her. And like I said, but Sova, I feel like is top tier for like. I think this is the order with Gekko being in B because we don't really have a full like. We don't really know his full potential yet. I feel like. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. This is part 2 of my Valorant agent tier list. We're doing the roles and then we're going to do the full tier list last. So next we'll go ahead and do Sentinels. And I say make sure that you guys hit that like button and that red subscribe button if you guys haven't. Turn on the notification bell to see whenever I put content up on this channel. This channel is my long form content channel, meaning longer YouTube videos and the VODs from my Twitch live streams, okay? Also, just check out the link tree, all the socials, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I upload on TikTok every single day. I upload YouTube Shorts every single day. And I tweet a lot. Instagram, I want to post more, but it's kind of like the fact that the Instagram doesn't do so well for gaming because there's like guns in the video and violence, right? It kind of sucks trying to like get some motivation to post on there. But if you guys would like to follow me on there, please do so. Until the next video, I will catch you guys next time. Bye bye.